fuck? Good evening. You should be working there. How are we? How we doing, people? He's alright. Cheers, Bill. No worries, mate. I just seen that there. So how we doing, folks? I thought of a couple of wee different things to talk about this evening. Probably a continuation of, you know, I brought up the Cornholius virus, contradiction virus. So I've been keeping an eye on what's going on. Obviously everybody knows my position, and for me this is just another you know, rumbling symptom of the fact that people are becoming disgruntled. People are waking up to all different facets and aspects of this corruption and this system that we allow to perpetuate. You know, and mainly the biggest one is that we're starting to question the room. And for me, that's the trigger, that's the biggest fear. So we have to have a shuffle, and rightly so, because they should be fucking panicking, right? And for me, that's exactly what's going on. This to me is like a reordering. It's not what people imagine or perceive that it's as, you know, we always get the same doomsday, fear-mongering, fucking destruction. They're going to kill us and this, that, the other. That's always smoke and mirrors as far as I'm concerned, because what's happening right now is we're starting to see the whole common enemy scenario playing out, and the government are going to try and, you know, the powers that be are going to elevate themselves as some sort of saviour. It's always the same tactic. You know they're getting disgruntled, start making it a wee bit more uncomfortable for them, and then at the end result of that, we're going to alleviate it and make life just that wee bit better than it was before. That way, they come off as the good guys, and that way people are enamoured and even more stuck on the Stockholm Syndrome, because they appreciate their wee life of delusion that they had before, only this time it's a wee bit better. Because that's what they're telling you. If you pay attention, that's exactly what they're telling you. Oh, from this, the economy's going to take a huge boost. Oh yes, we've got bailouts, we're going to help everybody. We're the government, we're the good guys. Look how this common enemy, this invisible enemy is the terms that they're using, is running amok amongst us, and the subliminal is that we all need to pull together, and at the forefront of that is our loving leaders who are going to help us up. Do you hear this?
Equivalent to 15% of our GDP. That means any business who needs access to cash to pay their rent, their salaries, suppliers, or purchase stock will be able to access a government-backed loan or credit on attractive terms.
A government-backed loan or credit on attractive terms. So while they're playing the good guy, they're going to allow you to have government-backed loans at a very low interest rate because they're such good guys. They're still going to fucking take a profit out of it. It's not about money. None of this is about fucking money. Sick and tired of this shit. Money. It's not about fucking money. This goes much further than idiotic bits of paper. The money's just there to keep you fucking in delusion land, thinking you can become something. I can conquer the world. I can stand at top of the world like a king because I've got squazillions of squids in the bank. What the fuck does that mean? Nothing. Or you can have millions of squids all you like. as long as you're not questioning the fucking room. As long as you're not questioning what else is out there, that's alright. So, what we're going to do is give you a common enemy, create loads of fucking fear, and then we're going to offer you just a wee bit better. I've always said that. People have got this Orwellian thing, the boot stamping in the face. That's the new world order. The new world order's the boot stamping in the face and all that stuff. No. No. That is the old order. Oppression and authoritarianism has been the way. Has been that way my whole life. I'm sure it's the same for you. You were born into an authoritarian dictatorship of hierarchy, from the family unit, right through politics up to government, military. The whole infrastructure is based on authoritarianism. So the boot stamp in the face, Orwellian state, pish, it's already here. When we're talking new world order, i.e. a reshuffle, it's not going to be like that. Because they know, like, it's basic psychology. Any animal, you back it in a corner and you keep fucking prodding it long enough, eventually it's going to bite you back. So they know, just to take you to the edge, this fear-mongering, blah, blah, blah. And then they're going to come in like the good guy. Oh, look, life's just got better. Oh, the economy's taking a boost. Cheap fucking loans and blah blah blah, access to funds and a wee injection. Everybody's back in delusional la la land. Oh yippee! Now I can enter into my narcissism yet again and strive for the stuffs that I crave so badly. Never mind, you don't know what the fuck's going on in regards to who you are or where you are or what the fuck all this life thing's about. As long as you're focused on wee delusions, that's all that matters. Not only are you hearing it from the UK face potatoes, you're hearing it in the American one as well. Trump giving it, the economy's going to take a huge surge. Of course it is. Do you really think they're going to leave you in your house and everybody isolated in their communities and then there's going to be restrictions on food and blah blah? No. That's not what's going to happen. Because if that happens, people get disgruntled, people get fucked off, people will form rebellion groups. They're never going to allow that to happen. So, the scenario for me is if they do implement some sort of military, activity, you're going to be kept sweet. You will be kept sweet. Well, they keep dangling the illusion of disaster and destruction in front of you, so that they can reorder and reshuffle. Let's forget about all the paedophile nonsense. Let's forget about all the corruption. Let's forget about lying to them about where they are. Let's forget about all that, because life just get better. That's the way I would do it. That's the way I would do it. If I want animals and an animal to bend to my will, brutality doesn't get you anywhere. These people are no that fucking stupid. It's only the gullible victim masses that think like that. Poor me, I'm a wee victim, I'm being battered and bruised into a corner, oh no, somebody save me. When push comes to shove, sentience, animals, we don't operate like that. Somebody's prodding you in a corner, you're going to break. You're worried about the posh kids being 5G and the virus thingy. I want to be concerned about that. This is what I'm saying about this victim bollocks. Oh, poor me, they want to kill me and do stuffs to me. What would be the point in keeping you about? What would be the point of that? What about the point of the elaborate scheme to get 5G and then vaccinate you so that you can use the 5G microwave stuffsies to tingle the stuff in your blood to make you have a heart attack and all that rubbish? There's easier methods, much easier methods to wipe us out. Don't be scared to think about it. Just because you can contemplate it and think and see the possibilities doesn't mean to say that you're a psychopath and you will enact it. So catch yourself on when you start thinking of these elaborate schemes to victimise you. They can't mandatory vaccinate anybody. They can't impose mandatory vaccinations. Can't mind what law it is or whatever. I'll need to find it. Me and Marty were talking about this. Every single human being has the right to medicate and look after their own health. You can't make mandatory vaccinations. You can suggest it maybe and word it in a way where people think, just like they do with your children right now when they tell them to go for vaccines. It's always invitational. But the way things are worded and the way it's subtly implied makes people think that it's a must. Mandatory vaccination here in Germany, have they? And have you looked at the wording? Does it say, we demand, you must, or else? Is that what it says? I highly doubt it. And they've not got a vaccination for it yet, so I don't know how that is. In their story I'm talking about, not that I believe any of it. I'll leave on. People talk about all this stuff and they never really look into it. They just hear propaganda. And then because of the victim mindset that they hold, they run about screaming and shouting. That kind of things. With 5G, I'm not saying doesn't have adverse effects. Right? That's not what I'm saying. Well, I would like to see any of this, and I'd like to see how it's worded in regards to mandatory vaccinations. Shout out to the family in Los Angeles. So for me, they are brands flat air female. And they're always used to bring about some ordering of some kind. And in this case, it's no fucking different. I mean, just look at the utter stupidity here in the UK. And this is another aspect. Look, in order for the military, to come onto your streets, this deliberate ineptitude of Boris Johnson's and the likes, where no public gatherings, very little contact, don't go to the pub, don't speak to people in the park, but children can go to school. That's the type of thing that will cause the UN, the World Health Organization, to overrule these dipshits and then implement the military. Because it's utter fucking stupidity. If it was a genuine thing, right, you wouldn't be saying to people, don't go to the pub, don't speak to your neighbour out at the park, but the children can go to school. Well, you're saying limit travel and don't congregate in large groups. Well, they still allow children to go to fucking school. This is an attempt to galvanise people. We're all pulling together, government included. Look, and these leaders are the good guys. So again, let's just forget about all the pish that's went on. Never mind all that corruption, paedophilia, lying, telling you lies about what. Forget all that. And because everybody's so elated and relieved when people like us try to bring up aspects of lies in the future, it's going to be even more difficult, because the hero government have saved us from the big deadly common enemy. And again, don't forget that you're still in a minority here in areas like this. The majority are off on for this hook, line and fucking sinker. Exactly, individual perspective. Exactly. They always word it fallaciously, sneakily. That implies or gives the impression that it's a demand of you or else. Exactly, this is the shit with celebrities. This is how the propaganda works and it gets perpetuated, right? Because even here in like Scottish football, sports, you've got fucking morons coming on and with all sincerity. Yes, I mean, but what we have to do is care for the people first because blah blah blah. Therefore, giving credence to something genuine, where these fucking absolute cocks, they know fuck all about medicine or any viruses or any of that fucking stuff. They know diddly squat. But yet, they're wheeled out onto the fucking TV because they want to appear as important and humble and care. They care about us. Celebrities and football players, they care. So they come on with all sincerity. Well, yes, I mean, the measures are just because, first and foremost, we're human beings. Secondly, the sports come. Therefore, it's good that we take these measures and this, that and the other. That's because they're all sitting as fucking millionaires. They've got plenty of fucking dosh. They don't give a fuck. All they give a fuck about is appearing relevant and important. But they galvanise the bullshit story with the demeanour that they deliver it in. Know that they're deliberate, just because they're egotistical fuckwits that only care about being relevant and maintaining popularity in their celebrity status. The only one person I've seen was the Liverpool manager, who worded it perfectly. What are you fucking asking me for? What the fuck do I know about any of this? I'm a football coach. I deal with the sport of football. Because some people can see that they're being pawned into being propaganda agents. Because propaganda is not always about willful participation. It's usually the most fucking stupid cunts that perpetuate propaganda. Because all they give a fuck about is their own self-importance. So for me, it's like, well, what's really going on? What's really happening? Right? And as I say, this whole Orwellian boot stamp in the face pish, as if it's always, people have it in their minds as if it's something that's coming. Oh, that's the way it's going to be. It's always fucking been like that in my life. You were born into authoritarian hierarchy. So when your sheeples and your cattle are getting disgruntled, what you need to do is alleviate that and make them more comfortable. And that's all this is about. If they want to fucking wipe you out, little victim, right, there's much easier, efficient ways of wiping little old you out. Well, this is it, Irish Wolfhound. It's always comes back to this for me. Everything's fair game as long as we keep their attention focused in the room. Feed their ego, feed their narcissistic tendencies. keep the narrative, alleviate the stress if they're getting disgruntled. Because we do not want them to ever figure the room. As I said before, if you were on a finite little potato rock, right, or a finite fucking dome shite, with no way out, it may be contained in some way, but there probably is ways out, or other things there. If it was a purely isolated little thing, you wouldn't have all this covert fucking, psychological games being played continually. It'd just be in your face. We own the fucking show, therefore, fuck you. Again, because how would I behave if I wanted to behave like that? Alright, I've got everybody, we're in this place, there's no way for anybody to go anywhere. I've got the fucking power, I've got the guns, I've got the say-so, so therefore I don't need to waste my fucking breath on playing fucking mind games and all that shite. Do as you're fucking told, or else, cunt. What have we to know about Jim Eldred? I'm interested. What you got to say? Dear, dear, if only you knew. Look at the Fly Earth Gang mentality. Don't know what you're talking about. You need to elaborate on that, but I'm curious as what you've got to say. But you're going to get that, Marilyn Wisby, because people are so enamoured with the fear. But they're telling you that they're going to help and they're going to bail people out. But people are just disgruntled because their sports off. They're not getting their income from day to day. Their lives are being disrupted. So you're going to get a percentage of that. But that's just going to be used as triggers to implement other aspects. But as I say, the game is a reshuffle, a reorder, a new order. Because this one's been found out. The same here, John. The last couple of days, it was looking good, like the rain was going to end. Sun is out in the morning from 7 till about 10 AM, and then bang, back to fucking complete overcast and pissing down. Just to add to it. We might even get a good summer this year, because all the stress has been alleviated. Life's a bit better and the sun's out, therefore let's rejoice. Let's get back to rejoicing in our bewilderment. We don't have a fucking clue where we are, why we're here, how it came to be, or the purpose or any of that. But fuck it, let's just rejoice, because I can go to my slavery again. No, I've not watched that. Flying Earth Female. I've not seen it. See, for me, nobody really knows what's going on, but I tend to sit back and look for clues. As I say, the oppressive, type scenario, it's not going to work. They don't have enough personnel to deal with the majority. Right, so if they did try that, that would be a very, very risky game. A risk that for me, it just wouldn't be worth them taking. They've got to play out the pantomime. You're the victim. There's a common invisible enemy that nobody's established as a fact, by the way. And as far as I understand, the majority of viruses contain this fucking coronavirus. A certain percentage. But we've all got a common enemy now. The government's going to step in, giving you government approved loans, but you're still going to need to pay back, by the way. But fuck it, they helped you. So therefore, Stockholm Syndrome, right out your tits. I loves my government. My government helped me in a crisis that they created. Don't need to put chips in as we're walking about with chips every fucking where. Me and Marty are talking about these fucking lampposts. You know, talking about the voltage that's the capability that's in them. Apparently, something like 300 volts, but yet you can run 200 LED lights out in your back door with a 1.5 volt battery. But these fucking things, apparently, I don't know for a fact yet, are running 300 volt. So what are they, scanners? Now the virus is the fear of the virus itself, exactly. It's always the fucking same. It's not even about wealth. This is the thing for me. It's like, gets to a point where it's like, it's not about money. This whole structure, it's not about money. They can shoot you. If you don't get back in the house, I'm going to have to shoot you for your own good. Your health's at risk if you're outside, so I'm going to shoot you. So they learn a lot for these situations as well, you know, how to manage, how to see reactions. It's all data gathering for these fuckers as well. As I say, the majority of the populace are in total fucking bewilderment, total victimhood. They just fucking lap it up, right? Because everybody wants to be a poor victim, well, the majority, right? And a poor victim is shirking responsibility, and a poor victim is always going to look to an external authority to make everything okay, so that they can live in an apathetic, passive mindset of narcissistic delusions. On a case like that, Levin, if it was a total collapse, right, this is what I say, people would talk about anarchy, they talk about looting and riots and all this kind of stuff. I mean, how long, think about it. If you, in any given town or city, right, and you've got mobs of people who are riotous and want to loot, how long is it going to take them to empty the shops? Be generous and we'll say a week. It's not even going to take that. Right? Then what? There's nothing left to loot. What's going to happen? Tell you what's going to happen. People are going to realise that they have to pull together. This is why I'm saying to you, the powers that be, controllers, will never allow it to be in our hands where we are now making decisions as communities for each other. That's never going to be allowed to happen. Because common sense is going to kick in. And we're going to realise how easy it is to manage our communities and our own lives. And we're going to realise how much time is actually taken up by it, therefore alleviating stress so that we can spend more time as communities exploring ourselves, internally, externally, exploring each other, being creative, expressive. So they're not going to allow that to happen. Because that's what would happen. People always forget that the system that they live in right now is operated and ran by people. Just like you and I. They're no Illuminati fucking shape-shifting aliens. There's no alien shapeshifters at fucking driving the food truck. It's not an alien shapeshifter that's working for the Illuminati. It's no alien shapeshifters that are making the bread and making the produce for you to consume. It's fucking human beings. So if left to your own devices, which will never be allowed to happen, we would start to pull together and create a proper, healthy structure. Or that's bullshit. Oh, we would all descend into madness and chaos. That's just what they want you to think. That would happen for a very short period of time. And then all the fucktards would realise that the material looting gain is not going to put food in their belly. Exactly, Rickus. Exactly, man. Like this is what, you know. It's like another mind virus where everybody's a victim and there's big bad superpowers and if the big bad government are no there, we're all going to descend into caveman madness. Way. That's what allows them to perpetuate the dominance and the manipulation that they've got in place because of that warped perception that's programmed into you. What have you ever seen, you know, regardless of any, you know, kind of breakdown in communication you've had with people or whatever, see when it comes right down to it, people will run to help each other. And as I say, that's what manipulative, needy controllers will never allow us to discover. So all this pish that people go on about, it's not going to happen like that. If I treat an animal badly, the animal's going to become dysfunctional. The animal's going to retreat into itself and try and get away from me at every opportunity. If I want to keep using that animal for my benefit, I need to make sure I'm catering for that animal and give it what it needs in order to appease it, so that it stays exactly where I want it to stay. And I can tag it, I can use tracking systems, I can whatever. But at the end of the day, if I don't treat it fairly and treat it good, it's going to keep revolting. It's going to keep rebelling against me. And that's not going to be very good for me. Where are you, Boom Me? You're going to be locked up. Where are you locked up? They're telling you you're not allowed to go outside? That bothers me as well. People are terrified of having to be at home with their loved ones and their children. Because they'd rather be in an office fidgeting bits of fucking useless paper for 8 to 12 hours a day. That's what I'm saying about being so enamoured by their own slavery, their own servitude. And this is what I'm saying about getting to that point. When the government alleviates our anxiety, they're going to be the heroes again. So any dissidents, anybody that goes against them, it's going to be even more difficult because they've proved themselves as worthy leaders. Or I could be wrong. what we could be seen as a deliberate ineptitude of like the UK government, so that the UN steps in and implements martial law. But then what? As I said before, the very same thing stands. You can't have people isolated in their communities for too long, unless you keep them supplied with the things that they want, like the food's still coming to the local stores. Therefore, they will remain in isolation, segregated from each other, because they have enough distractions. TV will still be running, tinterwebs will still be running, food supply will still be running. If you sever all that, people are going to start coming together. So, I'm not interested in all these fearmongers. Doesn't make any sense to me. What makes sense to me is a reordering, a reshuffle, and a galvanising of the populace's relationship with government, so that they appreciate their servitude. I could be wrong, they're just thoughts. Maybe they want to lock us all down, turn 5G on, and turn us into zombies so they can watch us and laugh. I would get fed up with that after 5 minutes. Still stands for me. I do not give a fuck about any of the fucking contents of this room. All this right now is just a big distraction, because people are waking up to all the other aspects, right? Including the room being questioned, which is one of the biggest threats to them. Because their little narratives of finite and limited resource goes right out the fucking window. Game over for them if we discover that. But this is what goes back to the whole point again, with all these aspects. I'm sick of people talking like they're experts. I want to know what their expertise is. If somebody's an expert in something, they can walk me through each practical component of whatever it is they're talking about, and I can see it, how it works, and I can trace it, and then I can move on and understand it myself. But when you get continual people spreading propaganda, as I say, because they want to sound relevant and important, it just adds to the fire. So 5G, viruses and all that, what is your experience of any of these things? What can you demonstrate to me for a fact? Should be the questions, always. Where's a practical reference for everything that's being stated? And they're even telling you in regards to this apparent virus, how many times have they stated it, that it's not the majority that has to be even concerned? If anything, you're going to display mild symptoms, which means you'll have sniffles like you do any other fucking time. That's not because there's anything new, that's just because that's what happens. I can wait till next year and make up some fucking story about a new virus and say, oh, people are going to experience sniffles and maybe a bit of temperature, therefore, blah. They were even telling you, the majority, 90%, no concern. Some of the elderly and people with respiratory disease, which is the same every day, 365 days of the year. Exactly, Thomas. Exactly, but apparently everybody's an expert because reasons. Because it's trending and idiots in social media want to have 1,000 likes and be important. Because the trending fucking mantra is in their title. So they'll come on like gurus waffling about shit that they know fuck all about. And as I say, it's all the wee victims that go looking for bias confirmation, reaffirming their victimhood. Oh, I'm so scared. I'm talking from experience here as well. I'm watching it with my daughters. Obviously, my daughters are for, they don't live with me or anything. They never grew up with me. So I watch their behaviour in regards to this and I'm like, what the fuck? Oh, I'm so scared. Oh. As I said before, well, this fucking, I'm scared to die, I'm scared to death. Ooh, it's deliberate. It's fucking deliberate. Because, as I said, the number one cause of death is being born. So right there and then, what are you scared of? Do you think the government's going to help you to live forever? Think listening to gurus and spiritual fucking gibberish is going to help you to live forever? No, it fucking well is not. You're going to die. People that get rich, as I say at the very top of this, it's not about money, right? It's not about money, right? But people that do get rich is people like that jump on these bandwagons because they want funding, because they'll play into the propaganda because they know funding will come their way. And then this is what happens. This is how like the sciences get corrupted. Because whatever narrative is running, we'll pander to your narrative, give us funding, therefore we can become important, we can become relevant and make some spondulics at it. So that just adds to it, gives it more credence, with nobody ever stopping to go, same as a globe. Hang on a minute, where did these assumptions come from? Have we actually checked? Nah, fuck that, who cares? As long as we're getting the grants, we'll just perpetuate it. We'll make stuff up. As long as it complies with the official narrative, the money will keep coming, and we'll be wheeled out as celebrities. Yes. The universe started from nothing, cause reasons. That's the narrative. I've said it. Therefore, I can write a book about my gibberish and make some money. No fully understanding, it's to the detriment of the psychology of the populace. Well, everybody wanted me to talk about other stuff, so talking about it, but at the same time it's all relevant to the main topic. Keep them here. Make sure we do not start exploring the place. Make sure the narrative of finite, delicate scarcity remains. Survival of the fittest. We're on a wee potato rock that's not delicate, with limited resources, therefore survival of the fittest, we can shit on everybody and dominate. And all the wee minions underneath look at that and want to aspire to achieve it, when in reality they will never achieve it. They'll only ever get so far. Even if you become a multi-bazillionaire, you're limited, you're restricted. You're no different from anybody else, no different from the homeless person sitting out in the street. No different. You just have more lavish distractions, that's all. This will probably be the last time that I focus on this pish unless, you know, some major things transpire. Because it's fucking bollocks. Next time I'm on, I want to be talking about Crook's radiometer. I was very nicely sent one. So I want to have a wee look at that and we'll chat about that. For this dipshit fucking sheet truth. Hello people. These idiots that think they know what they're talking about. No got a clue. Let me see here. Deleted my comment again. Because he's got some moron rattling on about 1. Globe Earthers have had accurate maps of the world for centuries. Maps don't define the dimensions of the Earth. Using the heliocentric model, even I can predict timings of solar zeniths. What's going on above you does not define the shape of the Earth. These things were navigation tools. Latitude and longitude were navigation tools. So that you could pinpoint, based on the time in relation to the sun, where you are. Fuck all to do with the shape of the Earth. Gravity and celestial mechanics, nor is gibberish. Mathematical concepts of useless, idiotic jargon. Statistical mechanics, conventional science can predict blah 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 blah. Whatever. I can predict that the sun is going to come by this way tomorrow. Therefore, we live in the asshole of a leprechaun. Because reasons. Because when the sun comes tomorrow, it proves that we live in the asshole of a unicorn. I said it. I said it. I've made the prediction. Now tomorrow, when it gets bright and that fucking thing passes by here, I've just proved that I'm living in the intestines of a leprechaun. Absolute clowns. I'm going to start putting my attention to these people to rip the pish because it annoys me that they're running about tinterwebs thinking they're getting off scot-free. So I'm going to needle the cunts. Not to bring relevance to them, to highlight the utter stupidity and barefaced lies of these people, and I'm going to keep hammering them. That's no level Earth observer here in the chat box. You cunt can fuck off. Send you out of a wee chat. Any experts? Again, sheet truth, speak shite, eat shite. And all the wee minions, all these cretins online who never come face to face or in reality or any of that. Would any of you like to come in here and lay out your proofsies of your mathematical concept? By all means, be my guest. Or shall we wait until the video is over and you descend in the comment section yet again? And then profess some victories and stuffs. Oh, I know, we'll get into the comment section and we'll gish gallop. We'll bombard people with fucking 10 points at once and then claim victory because they didn't have an answer for me. Yippee! The most illogical, fallacious dipshits I've ever experienced in my life. They're so up their own arse though that they think they're something. But again, proof's in the pudding. Where are they? I'm here. The offer's there. Come into reality. Let's see what you've got. Nothing. Diddly squat. Same old story. Poor little weaklings. It's a wee shame. So, Mr. Cheswick sent me this, apparently Denmark. Denmark's parliament on Thursday night unanimously passed an emergency coronavirus laws, which gives health authorities powers to force testing, treatment and quarantine with the backing of the police. The far-reaching new law will remain in force until March the 21st, 2021, when it will expire under a sunset clause. I was touched when I saw the whole Parliament standing up and voting for this. Health Minister Magnus told Danish state broadcaster after the law passed, it is time to put aside party politics and be together. See, it's the same everywhere. It's the same everywhere. We've got a common enemy. Now we all need to come together. Extreme since the Second World War. That's the other thing they're talking about. They're acting as if they're in war. That was a statement that was coming out of Boris Johnson's mouth earlier. Government acting like wartime. At war with an invisible thing. Very good. I'm still not buying that. Where is this from? The Local. I don't know what that is. I need to check that out for myself. But again, the government. Wait a minute. How the police will work with health officials to enforce the demands, as well as enforcing quarantine measures. The law also allows authorities to force people to be vaccinated, even though there is currently no vaccination for the virus. Bit of contradiction, then. Going to force you to take a vaccine that we don't have, and apparently it's going to take them a year to find it, but this thing that they're supposedly passed only runs until March the 21st, so what they're going to do, it's going to be a year until they get it, so what, the start of March next year, and then they're going to make sure they've vaccinated everybody before the 21st, I mean. It also empowers them to prohibit access to public institutions, supermarkets and shops, public and private nursing homes and hospitals, and also to impose restrictions on access to public transport. Initially, the government wanted the law to give the police the right to enter private homes without court order if there is a suspicion of coronavirus infection. But this was dropped after opposition from parties in Parliament because they know they can't go there. So there you have it. They can't come in and force it on you. That's what it says. Initially, the government wanted to allow the law to give the police the right to enter private homes without a court order if there is a suspicion of corona infection. But this was dropped after opposition from parties in Parliament, which is a ruse because I can't remember the paper, whatever it is, that gives the rights, like a human rights thing, that you have the right to look after and make decisions on your own health. They can try and pull the threat to other people, but that's physical threat. If you're sitting in your own home and you're isolated, they can't bust down your door and start assaulting you by pushing needles into you. Don't be so fucking ridiculous. This is what I'm saying about reading things properly. Because when you understand that they can never impose that to the T, you then have to address it and look for the wording, and then you'll spot it. So Steve.
I need toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona. I need toilet paper, toilet paper, toilet paper. I'm out of toilet paper. It's my corona.
Got to make a grocery run. Well, that sounds fun. Why am I out here risking my life? Corona, where's the goddamn parking space? Shit, I touched my face. Wait, I think I finally caught my corona. Stop it, don't be panic. Go inside. No organic? Oh no, all GMO. Jesus Christ, now I panic. I'll die. My corona.
Out of toilet paper. It's my corona.
Don't come any closer, I'll mess you up. I'm just coming in for some wipes. Corona, Kroger's full of empty shelves. Ah, what the hell? Yes, I'm stocking up on box wipes. Corona, nothing's making sense.
Good advertising for the boy. I'm sure it'll go viral. It'll get some likes and some dash at it. Wonderful. Brilliant. Every cunt's an opportunist. Every fucker's an opportunist. Yeah, always comes back to it. They just want a wee slice of the pie. They'll just play on the opportunity to see what they can fucking get out of themselves. Make a funny thing where I can display my talented voice and hope it goes viral and I can get loads of likes and money and attention. I'm fucking sick. Yeah, that's pish. Suck it. Is it just me and a very, 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 very small minority that actually wants to get away from this pish and find out what the fuck this place is? I think I'll make a funny video tomorrow and hope it goes viral and I get money out of it and all that. Cartesian diver works on pressure. In the Cartesian diver situation, it still goes down. Still goes down. Does it go sideways? Down. There's going to be loads of opportunity beyond belief. This is what they're talking about. They're already talking about it. You know, Boris letting it slip that the producers of respiratory devices are very, very busy. So therefore, there's an injection into that side of the industry. Right? And that's going to happen with loads of other places. People's stresses are going to be alleviated. And the economy is going to take a massive surge because everybody's rejoicing that we all came together to combat the common enemy that nobody established was actually a real thing, by the way. And now we're all united with a wonderful government and we can all move forward and forget about all the stuff that went on before. Just forget it. Mind people used to come here and say, oh, flat earth's a psyop, see, it's to distract from all the other important stuff and blah, 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 blah. Well, I think you missed the point. This is the distraction. Invisible coronaviruses, just like invisible globes. Invisible coronavirus to protect invisible globe. And all the paedophilia and corruption and injustice that's went on. There's a psyop. This is a psyop. Psychological warfare. Do you want to join me? I can't remember if I had anything else to say. I'll just put it in the chat. Make it easier. If you want to join me, you can join me. Remember the Reagan speech when it was about the space ballots? Oh, what would happen if we all had a common enemy? Wouldn't we realise how much we had in common and we would all pull together and all that? Hey, now we've got a wee invisible alien called Corona, COVID. And look what's happening. Oh, we're all united. We're all washing our hands together. Wash away all the corruption. No worries. Elbow bump. Hey! It's just an invisible bogeyman. We've got everybody whipped up into a frenzy for the invisible bogeyman, and now everybody's pulling together to combat the invisible bogeyman that nobody's ever touched, tasted, smelled, or any of that stuff. Well, riots, I wouldn't be concerned about riots in the city, just stay away from the fucking city. It'll take less than an hour, 1 hour, I would say, for all the shops to be looted. Then what are they going to riot about then? Fuck all. There's nothing left to loot. Is anybody going to join me? Why? Everybody's got something to say until we have the option to say it. Then they loot the looters, and eventually, as I say, people are going to get fed up because material gain and possessions does not put food in their bellies or water them. So,
Jesus.
It would only be morons.
Hello.
Hello.
It's that dickhead that drinks too much.
Who?
Me, Tony T.
Tony, how you doing?
Yeah, that's really loud. How do you turn this stuff down? It's not really loud.
I don't know, mate.
I've only done
Should be a wee cog or something at the top of the screen.
Okay, webcam, that's not working. Report, microphone. Anyway, just people in general. I meet a lot of people. I drive a wagon. I go to shops. I pick up stuff. I meet like 4 different shops, which is 8 different people. So it's quite a lot of people. My ex-wife works in a school, so lots of children, lots of kids. No one, not one person I have spoken to has said that anybody has got anything compared to coronavirus. You know, the common cold, apparently.
Yeah.
So I haven't even got the sniffles. But it's late in the month, it's late in the year.
Yeah.
And I used to work in an office, people got little bits of the cold. I almost called it coronavirus. Sorry.
Well, when we get into like these changing years, when we're getting into the spring and we're getting into summer, that's when people are mostly affected by it. So it's no coincidence that it's been timed for around about now.
Well, no, that's what I mean, because my ex-wife, we worked in the same office. I worked outside, she stayed in the office. And people got sick in the office mostly. We're usually before Christmas, and then most people got it before Christmas and it was mild. But if you got it after Christmas, it wasn't mild. Not all the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I didn't measure 1 million people. I only measured like 10 people. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But now, this is too late in the day. It should go away soon. Apparently, China's got nothing now. And they kicked it off. So what's going on? It happens all the time. They push you to the corner, and then all of a sudden, oh, you're free now.
Yep.
Because of, oh, look, we've made it all better.
Exactly.
No, you haven't. You just fucked it all up, but you fucking creamed up the shit, and now I've got to do this now.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the recontract on your job every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do this now and get paid less, but no, it's okay. You can do more work.
Aye, when your slaves are getting disgruntled, make it a wee bit harder for them, and then make it better for them, and they'll appreciate what they've got.
I used to drive this wagon, go to shops. I used to go to charity shops, pick up rags. 2 men, no problem, easy day. Quite a boring job, to be honest. Now it's 1 man, just get it done.
Yeah.
It happened before this all crap turned up, so I'm worried about my job already. And then now everybody's going to die, and I don't know anybody that's sick. I don't know anybody with a cold.
Nobody's got to die, apart from people that were going to die anyway. But
Hell, every time you say you don't say you're born to die. My dad always said that, and I fucking hated him when I was a kid. I thought, you bastard. What the fuck? Thanks, Dad. That's cheered me right up. No, I get it now. I get it.
But that's what I'm saying. The reason I say that is when in relevance to in relation to people with fear of death and tools being used against them in fear of death. When you can alleviate that by just realising where you were born. That's the number 1 cause of dying.
You found a better medium than I have.
Yeah.
And that's why I like you. You've got a better level. You'd probably, I don't know. When my dad said that to me, it like upset me. It's like, you think you're going to live forever when you're 12. No, I wasn't even 12. I was probably 7. Yeah? Yeah. And you think you're going to live forever. And my dad said, oh, you're born to die. It's like, what the fuck are you on about? Obviously, I didn't think that. Do you know?
Yeah. Other guests are here. Feel free to pipe in whenever. Anthony and DSV.
I can't hear you.
No, no speaking.
Oh, that'd be good. Are we going to have some palm? That'd be nice.
I don't know. I can see movement from Anthony, but I can't see DSV. I don't even know if I can hear
one of them paranoid people that has not sellotape, obviously, but tape over my camera because I'm so ugly, I will break the internet. Not just physically.
What's that?
Fuck. Hello?
Can hear a faint voice saying fuck.
Anthony. There you are. I can see you holding your chin. No, you're not.
Oh, fucking.
Well, anyway, the majority of people I meet are paranoid, scared, don't know anyone, and paranoid and scared.
Yeah. The victims.
And buying toilet roll for some stupid reason. I really don't get that.
That's what I keep saying. Is I must have missed some subliminal or something. It's obviously a sign to let them know that it's fucking taking effect or something.
Didn't they do that a few years ago? They've done it before with the toilet roll. I'm sure everyone went out and bought toilet roll a few years ago. They've got this thing that every certain, we'll do it at this certain length of time. Most people won't remember the certain length of time, but they'll do it again. Right. It's like somebody said on the internet, every 4 years before an election in America, they have a virus or something to paranoid the people. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I know Americans really love to get. They seem to really love to get paranoid, at least on the TV. I don't know if it's staged. Yeah. Most of that, I tell you what,
that's one of the things that annoys me. You know, talking about all this funding coming towards us just because of an invisible enemy, and you're like, why not just fucking do that without the need of an enemy? Huh?
Yeah, we're all poor and skint and driving 206s with engine lights on. You know what I mean? I got to get to work. I've just went bankrupt in January. I've got fuck all. I've got a 206 with engine lights on, an airbag light on, and at least the brakes work because I managed to fix them. You know, real world people. Be honest with people. Yeah. I'm fucking skint. I drink too much. I smoke too much, and I'm divorced. But I'm not fat and ugly. Are you there yet, Anthony? Your microphone's fucked, mate.
DSV, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Very faintly.
Yes, please talk, Anthony, because I'm doing Dell's head.
I am. I don't know how to be heard.
I can hear you.
Oh, you're from where are you from, Anthony? Miles away.
Let Tony hold on a minute. We sort out his stuff here. Anthony,
I've never done this before.
Can you speak? Can you hear us, Anthony? Can you just say you can hear us?
I can hear you.
Right, that's fine. We can hear you. We can hear you a wee bit. So.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll bring you a bit closer. Maybe that'll help.
Right.
How's that?
Not bad.
Bad.
You've gone again.
No, we're here.
I can hear you.
It's a fucking connection. I'm going to switch.
Right. Jiggery pokery with the tech.
Yeah, the tech don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Tech's there for reasons. Oh, look at this, it's great. I can watch TV on my phone. Yeah, but why? Why do you get sweeties? Why? Don't you see the cage and what's that film, the Chitty Chitty Bang Bang? I just see that all day. He's a kid. Have this £1,400 or $1,400 Samsung or iPhone or one of them bendy ones that's got glass that hasn't got glass or whatever the bullshit they tell you. I'm 54, but I do remember being 7. I do remember being 12. And this is still it's getting weirder. The world used to be fucking strange when I was a kid. Now it's mad.
I know.
And tech don't work. Because Anthony's frozen and DSV is a blue person with no neck.
A lurker.
Yeah,
people carry on habits. It's the same now when we get to Christmas and New Year. You know, people are carrying on habits from, you know, my childhood when at a time when industry and shops did shut down for a couple of days and people would buy extra milk and extra bread. But nowadays, you know, the shops don't shut. You know, they still open. They're open maybe just a couple of hours later. But everywhere's opened, and then you get to Boxing Day and the whole place is back to normal. But people still perpetuate the habits of hoarding and gathering stuff that they don't need.
I know. I used to drive a taxi, and it's Christmas, and people are filling the boot up, and I'm sure this tax is overloaded with 16 kids and a boot full of food. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So you drive them back and you drag the food, and you think, I'm going to take you to the shop in 2 days, because that's always what happens.
Yeah.
And then you see the bins and they're full of food.
Yeah. See this as well, you know, people, do you know anybody that's got the coronavirus? See, the thing is people are going to get the common cold, sniffles and whatever else. So the only thing they need to do is put a label on that and say that was coronavirus. It's just something that they're going to get anyway. So when people say that, do you know anybody that's got it? I know people with the sniffles. It's got fuck all to do with what they're saying about coronavirus.
I ask everybody, do you know any other people? Do you know have they got corona? Have they got the flu? Have they got, confirmed corona? Have they got a cold? Have you got a cold? I swear to God, every day, 5 or 6 times, someone coughs. I cough. I smoke. Right? I smoke weed. I drink loads of beer. The weed makes you cough, but the fucking beer, I think, makes you cough more for some reason. I don't know why.
Everybody's all of a sudden became a fucking biologist. Yeah. Everybody knows the anatomy of the fucking human body and understands viruses and all this.
What I do. And they look at you. Oh, you're coughing. It's like, I've been coughing since I was born. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, they look at you funny.
Yeah.
Because TV, because they believe the box. And there's a real live human being willing to hold their hand and talk to them. And yet they will go backwards in time in their brain and say, oh, but the telly said I got to wear these gloves. It does. I think I'm in a fucking nightmare. Am I awake or asleep? It's a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
You've got a handle on what you look at, which I fucking really love, because you just like corner everything. This is what I'm talking about. Fuck you, dickhead.
It's the same.
I can't do that. I go on tangent.
V. Thomas is saying same goes for physics there. Exactly. But the difference is in the terms of, reality and assessing your physical reality, we're not talking about theories, germ theories and viruses and stuff like that. When we're talking about physics, that's in the hands for everybody. We can utilise practical references and demonstrations. For anything that's practical, anybody with a practical mind can turn their attention. If it's a practical and there's practical reference, people can turn their attention to it and they can understand it and know it.
If I give you the technical package for an AK-47M, because that's the better model, you would be able to build it because you're a mechanic. Or you'd be able to find somebody that could do it. Because we all understand the actual mathematics for that technical package in millimeters or whatever language. Yeah, there you go.
See, even when people say mathematics, I'm talking about arithmetic. I'm talking about units of measure that are more abstract. There's a difference because mathematics is abstract. When we're talking about stuff like that, we're talking about. Why do you keep talking on the top of me?
Sorry?
That just does my tits in, mate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not talking on the top of you.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
The difference is that when we're using units of measure and things like that, there's practical that we can understand. Mathematics is abstract. So there's a separation when we're talking about these things. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was apologising for getting the wording wrong about mathematics. I'm
not thinging you for it, mate. I'm just highlighting it because there's always that misconception. When we're talking about engineering and practicality, it's no abstract maths we're talking about. We're talking about real stuff.
If I give you the technical package for an AK-47,
with
your knowledge, you'd be able to build the exact same thing.
Aye. That's it.
That's it. I got the wording wrong. I'm sorry.
No, you're all right. So I'm just highlighting it for.
No, that's good. That's good. It highlights it for me. Then I'll try not to be a moron next time.
No, you're no moron, mate.
I'm an idiot. I don't know the language. We don't know the lingo. I don't know how to spell people. I don't know how to. What did Steve say earlier about not lying? How they get you with barking at you. I don't.
Even in that case, somebody that's taken 7 years to be a biochemist, that's exactly my point. We're talking about viruses. If that's a practical line of work for somebody, then they've got an understanding of that. But if it's practical, everybody can have access to understanding that practicality. So I don't know what the point is you're trying to make, V. Thomas. I really don't.
Oh, I haven't got chat.
You can say, oh, a mathematician took 10 years to understand fucking wave particle fucking duality theory and all that stuff. It's just conceptual. Just because they're an expert in abstract waffle doesn't have any relevance or relationship to my reality. So the difference is when somebody's a supposed expert, I'm looking at experts that deal with the practical stuff. Because if it's practical, I can understand it. When it's abstract, I'm not interested. So if that's some sort of appeal to, support heliocentrism and abstract mathematical concepts of our reality, you can fuck off with it, because it's just not going to wash with me.
Beyond belief set separate, applied from what? Applied from the
Bill.
Bill said. Right,
You there, mate?
I'm here.
How's it going?
Let's go. I'm good.
Are you coming on to tell us how much sunshine you've got, you jammy bastard?
No, I don't want you to. I don't want you to seek out a reason to die. So it's all good. No, I just really wanted to talk about some of the horror that's going on here. By the way, I should tell you that yesterday, which was a week before I'm ready to leave, they canceled my flight anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Passer.
But just a couple of things, Del. It's insane the way corporations here in the United States are bowing down to what they're told to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was out with a couple of friends this morning riding my bike in the beautiful sunshine. Did I mention that?
Mm-hmm. Get up, you.
And they we stopped in a couple of places. They won't serve you food. They've taken all the tables out of the restaurants.
Yeah. I heard they were threatening the restaurant owners with arrest if they served the public as well. Is that right?
Yeah, so you got to go in and you got to get your stuff, and they give it to you in a bag and you leave.
Yeah.
But, eventually they're going to probably stop all of that as well, I'm guessing. They're going to stop people from going out, talking to each other. Mm-hmm. I told everybody that I met today, do not believe any of this bullshit. Please don't. I mean, this is all hyped up. Everybody I ran into.
Yeah.
Hey, Bill, nice to talk to you. Del, I'm going to buzz out.
No worries, Tony.
I'll talk too much. I'll see you in a bit.
No worries, buddy. Cheers.
That's different.
Fucking idiot. It's this lingerer here, Bill, DSV.
Oh, is that who it is?
I don't know who it is, but...
Yeah, I saw a couple of people in there, so I was hanging back. I just wanted to wait, because I know that other gentleman wanted to talk a little bit, so...
Aye.
But yeah, it's I gotta say, Del, never before in my life have I had a fear. This is making me a bit fearful.
Aye. What do you imagine, or what do you think? What's your theory on how it's going to unravel, Bill?
My theory on how it's going to unravel is they're gonna keep increasing it, and as I said to someone this morning, I think what their ultimate goal is to declare martial law.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because of this supposed virus thing.
Yeah. To what ends? To what ends, though?
I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's to keep people like yourself and other people that are looking into this issue of the Earth quiet, so they can't talk to other people. I mean, eventually they're gonna shut the internet down. I understand that here in the United States, this if you want to call him a president, whatever he is gonna have he has the ability to shut down the internet in the push of a button.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how true that is.
Well, this is the thing when we talk about martial law. So, if we're talking martial law and communities are isolated in the communities, that's where I'm. From my thinking, I go right. Okay, let's play out that scenario then. We are all isolated in our communities. How long can that go on for before we start communicating with each other? Because we talk about it in terms of internet communication, but actual communities, face-to-face, physicality, real-life interactions with people, you know, things can start happening. If you leave people too long, you know, especially in a time of need, then people will start to, you know, think of ways to pull together and rebel.
I hope you're right about that, because, you know, to my mind, what it is people. I mean, everybody, you know, the sheep that are wandering around that I run into nearly every day, they're very happy with this. They're very happy with being protected by their government, and they're very happy with being told what to do, what time to go to bed. They got all their toys, so as long as their toys work, they're okay.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You know, one time I actually saw a sheep, and it went up to me and it was like, "Bah," and I was like, "Wait, that's fucking sick."
Yeah.
What? What?
Sorry, I've got a cough. I was just explaining how I saw a sheep.
Smashing.
Yeah, anyway, have you guys got coronavirus? I've heard it's like really spreading. Hello?
Do you get shit in your teeth?
No, but you know, I have 15 rows of teeth.
I heard you've been sucking shit off of cocks.
No, I haven't. That's the wrong guy.
Are you sure? Pretty sure it's you.
I you know what? I mean,
I think you
can't guarantee anything, but I don't think that's the case.
I think you shagged the sheep.
I mean, I haven't. No, I've only ever interacted with one sheep, and that was the one I was explaining previously.
Prove to me you never shagged the sheep. I'm going to act like a globetard now. I think you've been shagging sheep and sucking shit off of cocks.
Sorry. Did you just say globetard?
Aye, that's right. Are you a globetard
sorry,
as well?
I don't agree with that.
Are you globetarded? You probably are globetarded.
Oh no, I'm actually a flat earther.
What does that mean?
It means that I think the Earth's flat.
What, flat like a pancake?
I mean, yeah, it's like like a pancake, like flat. You know what I mean?
Your part is pish, and you're getting very boring very quickly. So
sorry, what was that?
Try harder.
What's?
You're a joker.
He's not a joker. He's a fucking clown.
What's a part of push? Sorry, I don't speak Jamaican.
What?
What did you say earlier?
Eh?
What is a part of push?
Pardon?
You're chatting gas.
Fuck off, you patronize.
Pardon?
Mate, you want to 1v1 me, Rust?
Shut up. You've already been spanked, sad sacks. Now jog on.
Okay.
Let us have a conversation, you fucking prick.
I actually was adding to the conversation.
No, you weren't. You're talking shite.
Was I?
Aye.
Mate, I was just talking about the time I interacted with a sheep.
I'm interacting with an absolute fucking cretin right now.
Are you?
Boring. No patter, no charisma, no fuck all, no creativity. Empty fucking gimps. Sorry, Bill. Sorry about that, Bill. Had to cut that off there, mate. Obviously, no, it's no about you, but same as Anthony there that was trying to pipe in. These fucking clowns think that you're going to be blinded or something. Can sniff you a fucking mile away, and you're not equipped to come in here. Dale's done plenty of exploration. Dale's done enough exploration to tear apart your idiotic concept known as a globular earth. Rip it to shreds and shite on anybody that dares try to come here presenting idiotic conceptual nonsense to support a globular earth. But Dale's explored plenty. Enough to keep you gimps running about tinterwebs, panicking, coming in, taking spanking after spanking, and having to continue to come back. I think I've done quite well, actually. I think I've done massively well. For one man in a shed. Yes. So you can play it down all you like. We know the truth. We know the reality of the situation. We know that every time I decide I'm going to press that button, you will stand to fucking attention. When I decide, I am the master, you are the gimp, you will dance to my tune every fucking time. Let's not forget the real situation here. You are the cult lunatic. You need to defend your absurd nonsense. I don't. Yes?
Hi, Del. I'm just confused because I was talking about sheep.
You're
and then
confused because your
Oh,
daddy was shagging you when you were a wee boy.
No.
And your mammy was
no.
watching, filming it. So no
No,
wonder
so-
you're confused, son. Aye. That's it. These wee fucking silver spoon gimps, these wee Oxford eating fucking cretins. Badger, billing down clubs, you know that. Billa. I'm a badger. You're a fucking tadger. Dancing whenever I decide you're gonna dance. That's right. So this is always a problem when we just want to have open chats and post links in the comment section. You're going to get fucking gimps defending absurd rubbish that they profess to be scientifical. So this Seek Truth, Speak Truth, Mong, and the rest of these fucking wee cretinous pals like Simon Dan and Conspiracy Cats and all that, thinking that people like me are running away. They don't run anywhere. Yous cunts run all the time. You go and pick low-hanging fruit, straw man crap, so you can try and do battle with it. When it comes to me, you don't have a fucking leg to stand on. So we know the truth, you baldy wee clown. How many times has that boy been punched in the snib? Never looked at it. Second prizes. That boy loves the second prize. No wonder you get punched in the snib all the time. You're a clown, son. Who's asking for a link? Exactly, Jacoa. Stuart JB, this is it. This is the thing. They come and they go, oh, what's the phone number? How can I contact? How can I speak? It's fucking easy. There's the email address right there. You want to meet me in person? You can meet me in person if you like. Send me an email. Acting as if it's so hard to get in contact with me. I'm on live all the time. How about you get a professed university physicist to have an interaction with me at the universities instead of hiding behind students? How about that? Steve HV, how you doing? Is that him? As Steve. I don't have Twitter. Have I still got Twitter? I don't know. Somebody else was asking me that as well about Twitter. Or I don't have any of these things. So if you see me popping up on them, it's not me. Can't remember what the other one was. Snapchat or some fucking shit. I don't know. Tweeting me on Snapchat and all that fucking rubbish. This clown's continually phoning me. Instagram, no, it's not me. Definitely not me. AB, definitely not. It's that Google Hangouts coming through on my phone bill. Obviously I've shut it down on here, but I'm desperately trying to get me. I've already told them, I'll decide. I will decide. You will dance when I want you to dance. Not a minute too soon. I think he does want a date, Keith. I bet so they'll actually soon they'll tell us some of the side effects of corona is saying stuff like the earth is not a globe. Wouldn't surprise me either, she get helicopters. Dale likes to be in control, but in the mind, whatever, the mind of many. Come and meet me in person, you absolute fucking idiot. Absolute idiot. Any of these people, these tinterweb gurus and superiors, or anybody, you all know where I live, you all know that I'll meet you anywhere in reality, but you lot run away. Shitebags. So again, let's not forget the reality of the situation here. I'm the fucking master. You are the gimp. Can keep running about, shouting and professing it all you like. The walk is the reality. It's Manny fancying himself, is he? Let's see what Manny's got to offer. Let's see. There you go, Manny. Man up. The mind of Fanny, exactly. The mind of a Fanny. Fanny for the Americans is not your bum. Fanny over here is your front bum. Beef curtains.
Yo, Dale, I think you're hot as fuck. Do you want to meet up on that? We can, you know.
This is Manny. This is Manny, the Globetard, offering these globe proofsies.
Hi, my name is Manny, and I am offering my globe penises or something, whatever he said.
Oh, rubbish, your part's pish. You sound like a fucking 8-year-old, you absolute creep. That's what happens when you stay in the house playing PlayStation. Right, from the age of 8 to 25. Even when you're 25, you sound as if you're 8 years old. Don't be like Manny, the Fanny. So there we have it. That was Manny, the Globetard expert. Oh, it's so great when you see so many people equipped just to rip the piss out of these cretins. It's fucking wonderful. Fucking wonderful. Right, I'm getting off ski. I'm going to go and chill out now. So anyhow, be vigilant. Don't buy into the fear porn crap. It comes in many guises. Right? Many people want to keep you as a victim. Bye people. See you soon.